Right, I'm unmuting you now. Hello, everyone. Morning.
Hello.
We are the Jaffn boys, Jaffn slugs. And if you are a little slug, come and say hello. We all follow.
We've got to get lads. Can they hear us?
We should be able to hear you now. Say hello, guys, if you can hear us all. There's a few guys are in there now, all being well. There might be a bit of a touch of lag. Morning.
Hey, little slugs. Me and James, we've been talking off air, and we're not comfortable with the slugs. The little slugs thing is, if you don't know, which is the vast majority of people,
We feel
it just
strongly
looks like we've
against
been
it.
really horrible to people that watch the show. And you can refer to yourself as slugs. That's fine, but we're not going to. Morning, Dean. Morning, Ollie.
Do you know what's great though is I actually don't think they don't know what little slugs actually means.
Who?
Like, so these guys, you said it in a podcast about 3 weeks ago.
I've been saying it for years, though. That's a thing.
No, I know it's a thing, but I don't think they know the root of it. Like the root
Right.
of it, so the root of it was when we were when we were at Wall Street, guys. Morning, everyone, by the way. Hello, Ollie.
Morning.
Hello, Dean. Hello, Catherine. Hello, James Flav community page. 900 followers for James Flav community page.
Unbelievable.
Close to the 1K. He'll be buzzing when he gets to the 1K. We'll push that.
Mate,
We'll
I think we will never hear from him again. Once he gets 1K, he's like completed life.
Move to Barbados.
I've just got a question for you, James and Flav community page, because I still don't know your name.
Okay, it just won't stick, will it? It's Louis, isn't it? I keep getting it.
He didn't tell us. He's never told us. He's never told us, has he?
Yeah, he told us several times, and it doesn't stick. It's like, because I was like, it's Kevin, right? And it's Craig or something. It's not. It's Louis. I thought it's Louis.
Louis. All right, his name's Louis. Whatever it is, it's Louis, right? Because I remember that. Louis married. He's got. I don't know if you've got kids, but he's definitely married. Do your wife think, why are you spending so much time looking at these two plebs? Or certainly, I'll call myself a pleb. Maybe not pleb. It is Louis. All right.
It is Louis. Get in.
Does your wife never go, what are you doing? Like, why,
It's hobby, isn't it?
come,
Everyone's
give me,
hobby.
I need some loving too.
Do you know
might
if
say.
Catherine, this will wind you up, so you might want to switch off for a sec. If you ever want to know what?
Ollie, how do you know that? How do you know that?
That's disgusting.
Ollie Slug, it isn't the big slug the name of Flav's dad's knob? Yes, but how do you know? And it's not the big slug, it's just the slug.
That's
How do
even
you know
worse.
that?
If you lot all go, oh yeah, call us slugs because of Flav's dad's penis. That's worse. It's worse than the absolute truth.
And plus, if it blows up, like if this podcast becomes huge, which it won't, then everybody will know that my dad's penis is called a slug. How do you know it? When did I say that? Well, I share too much. Maybe when do you remember the podcast we did when we were sponsored by Beer 52? And they're not sponsoring this, so don't go and buy them. Only use them when we tell you to.
Unless you've already redeemed the original, voucher. Save it.
We got pissed, didn't we, Jim? We got pissed in those podcasts on One for the Weekend. They were just like free license to get drunk at work. It was great, but might have shared too much.
Yeah. Valentino is a new patron. Valentino, welcome, my friend, from Australia. It's the evening over there.
God bless you, mate. He was on the last one though, so wasn't he?
He just signed up, I think, and then got in there, and I think he's a Palace fan, which I rate. I like that.
Valentino, what, are you made of money? Are you made of money? Don't you know we're in a global pandemic right now? What are you doing, spending money on us?
Great name, right? Valentino, isn't it?
Yeah, what about your surname? I've got that.
Wachowski.
I think you might have pulled that off, Jim.
Wachowski.
The thing with Polish people, Polish people just have given up on Englishmen trying to pronounce their names. They've just given up. Like Szczesny, it's not even that. It's something else completely. But it's just like, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I got told off in the comments, someone saying that I think I tried to say someone's name properly, and he went, some bloke went, so they go gammon our audiences. He's like, don't do that, mate. Don't give me that. And I don't want to be one of those pundits who says the names with like an accent on it. Say it English. Say it English.
Is that what someone said?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not Terry Henry, is it? It's Thierry Henry. It's the way you sort of respect. If you don't be one of those fucking pundits to try and pronounce the names correctly. Don't be one of those cunts. All right.
Wachowski, we weren't far off then.
Wachowski, that's not. Well, you weren't. It was good. Rob Turner's in the house.
Rob needs to tell his story. You got
to come in the Discord.
Yeah, come into the Jaffn Discord. We're in the live studio. Go in there. Welcome, mate. Sorry, what?
And obviously, this is this is quite a relaxed chat. This is the mailbag. So if anyone else has something important to say or something they want to say, they can come in the Discord.
Rob's just done a video on being a virgin.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Good, Rob. Keep at it. I think you need some help with your thumbnails. And also, another bit of advice, Rob, is if you have to do the line again, do the line again. That's what I would say.
I've got a tip as well, Rob. Which, like, you're doing basic editing on your videos already. So if you need to stop and then start again, because what you're writing is actually funny. It's really funny, and that's great. But you need to edit it down. You need to. So if you thought it was a really good smooth line, because we've all had this. If you thought it's a really good smooth line, and you get back and you're I ummed or ahed there or whatever it was, what you can do is you can just punch in a bit, and basically cut out that gap in between, and actually have even more impact with the punchlines that you're writing, which are funny.
They are funny. The hardest bit is the writing, and you've got that.
You're good at that.
So don't let yourself down. Show the editing, Rob, and don't start delivering your line just as you jump in to the like you're starting your line. I can see what's happening in your head. You're walking along. You set your camera up. You're walking along, and you started your line as you turn towards the camera, which means it's really hard to edit that out. So set yourself, deliver your line, to give yourself the best chance in edit, innit, Jim?
I agree.
All right, enough.
Sorry, because this is good. This is good for him. Because does the cut not seem obvious? No, it absolutely doesn't, mate. So all you do is you do like I can't do it on my Stream Deck, but on my Stream Deck when I punch in, that's basically I'm kind of doing it, but I'm so good that I don't have the gap in between. But for an early bird like yourself, is that the right word?
Go and look at the Talking Balls episodes we did. It was cut to shit. Ribbon. I was so bad at that. Do you remember that? I mean, it was such a stressful experience. I hated it.
Hanging every time.
I was hanging most. Those were heady days. Those.
Yeah.
I remember once I looked at you, Jim. Was like, I don't know if I can do this, Jim.
Yeah, you did that a couple of times.
I'm not sure I could do this.
I said, he's all right. You're all right. Watch him. Oh,
You're
fuck.
right.
I've forgotten the name of the guy I want you to go watch because it's got a similar style. What's his name?
Frank. Oh, no.
No. Oh, fuck. What's his name? Shit. I watch his stuff all the time. He's young. Is
it Jimmy Savile?
It's not Jimmy Savile. Oh, what's his name? That's going to wind me up. I'll find it, Rob, and I'll send it to you because you've got a similar kind of style. You're both funny. But, Rob, you need to trim the fat. You need to trim the fat. Also, Rob said, I don't know, the walk makes it. So, actually, if that's some sort of comedic effect that you're doing and it's something you're going to continue to do, then it'll take some time for people to get it. So this is just on my first couple of watches, the advice, not rather than I might be missing the subtleties of what you're doing as well. So, all right. Do a pause, Rob. What Flav's saying is, so do like, say if you're coming into shot, like, which is your funny partridge thing, come in and go, stop for a second, then go. Comedic timing. You're welcome.
Yeah, this is probably not that interesting to everybody else, is it?
I don't know. It's just Brecky, isn't it? It's just Brecky.
Listen, well, I know it's Brecky, but we've got fucking.
It's a mailbag as well. It's a question, so it's like,
the American election, isn't it? US election. What do you think?
Mate, are you staying up for it? It's one of those. It feels. Yeah. I almost feel guilty wanting to stay up for it, but it is, the story of it all is just it's so intense. And obviously, it affects people's lives as well. But yeah, but to stay up for it, I almost feel like I'm like, it's like a boxing match I want to stay up for, but it's actually obviously far more important than that.
Because it's like,
who are you going for?
Fascinating, isn't it? And it's like we haven't really got a dog in the fight. I don't really. It won't impact. Well, I want not really. I mean, it doesn't really impact us, but I don't want to see Trump's face ever again, right? And I also think I've been burnt before, right? I didn't think Brexit was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think Hillary Clinton was going to lose to that man, and she did. The polls in both those times suggested that the elections or the votes were going to go in my favour. So I've had to just step back and go, I'm not going to invest in this because I just can't tell. Because the polls are saying that Biden's ahead. One poll said he was 17 points ahead, which is insane. Like, not that I know a great deal about American politics, but what I remember the journalist who was talking about this saying is it's an insane lead. For 17 points is uncatchable. It shouldn't be even a discussion. But we've been here before.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think, there's so much debate over facts these days, which is so saddening. And votes highlight that. All these, like you say, all those crazy little things, not crazy little things like Brexit and the last election, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They highlight how we're all in these little bubbles and we think everything's fine. But also you kind of, a lot of sort of hidden voters knocking about. And so I think that's what Trump's relying on. I'm going on something that's really probably pathetic in terms of I shouldn't be going with it. But look, watching what's it called? What's wrong with my brain today? Watching Immigration Nation on Netflix. Have you seen that?
Oh, no. It sounds like some sort of horrible Channel 5 show.
It does, yeah, it does. It does.
What is it? Is it good? Is it interesting?
It's fantastic. It's heartbreaking to watch, to be honest.
I bet.
But it is, yeah, you're right. I was kind of like, fan was like, oh, I've heard good things about this, and I was like, And then we watched it, and it was cracking.
Sometimes, like, things are worthwhile watching. You're like, yeah, it is worthwhile, but am I ready to invest?
It's just upsetting, really, as much as
anything. I know. Now that you've said that, I don't think I'll ever watch it.
I think it's important to watch. I do think that, but I think someone like you, who reads up on these kind of things a bit more maybe than I do, like that's how I'm very empathetic, but I don't read as much as you. So things like this are like good for me to kind of take in. Do you know, it's amazing to watch with.
I'm empathetic, but as long as they don't start taking our media jobs.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about this one. This is about America and basically the immigration and how they've got. I think I told you about it a little bit, but how
Jim, mate, if I say something like that, you have to react in a way that you was clear that I was joking. Otherwise, people think I'm serious.
Of course you do.
You're part of this, Jim. You're my foil. If I say something, you've got to react. Otherwise, I just look like a big racist.
All right, I'll react.
Okay.
Great. Obviously, he's joking. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. It was interesting watching with Fam as well. Like Fam's, second generation immigrant, and is just like infuriated by it to like a next level. And obviously, it's now a lot closer to me because of her and because of me being part of their family. And I'm just like, wow, I was so oblivious to all of this. Like the literally living in fear that someone's just going to tap you on the shoulder walking down the street and go, you've not got the papers to be here. You need to leave. Yeah. And it's such a political landscape that, like immigration in particular, it's decided on that, and the rules change like that. So for people watching the election tonight, who, because the way it works before under Obama, it was about sort of priorities. So if someone came into the country and was doing no harm, was not getting, was not doing anything sort of silly, like crime wise, then Obama said, just leave them, but and concentrate on finding the people that have come in and are drug dealing or whatever they're doing, right? Robbing houses, blah, blah, blah.
To damage the Constitution in any way, basically.
Exactly. Whereas now, over the last 4 years, Trump completely changed it, and it was about hitting a quota of people, and it didn't matter. So there's different rules in different places, but it didn't matter if. First of all, it didn't matter if you made it didn't matter if you'd committed a crime or not. So, like for example, there's a guy from El Salvador who was a policeman there who'd informed on gangs, so done something very brave, had basically been threatened for his life, obviously because of that, had come to this country with absolutely nothing, became like a plumber, really good plumber, didn't put a foot wrong, and then basically got kind of, got tapped on the shoulder and told, well, you got to come through. And then when it gets to these judges that would end up deciding if someone stays or not, as much as this guy's done nothing wrong and is essentially seeking asylum, the judges, to keep their jobs, have been given a graph that means that they need to hit a certain quota of people being kicked out of the country, regardless of their story, every day. So if you're not, if that sort of sympathy has been used on, the 16 people of your 100 that you're allowed to sort of let off,
you've got to get the rest out.
Yeah, you've got to get the rest out.
It makes you think, when you hear this shit, right, and you look at America, it makes you think, actually, it's not that bad here, and there are massive problems here as well. But like anybody who is working here currently, before Brexit, who came here legally and worked, isn't going to be removed from the country. But other countries would have been much more strict and say, all right, you've got a year to get out. Whereas, all the Polishmen next door who all work on tractors and that, on the tractor yard just next door, they can all stay and carry on supporting their family and wives.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's,
sorry, the thing with that is that, so to kind of put that into context for tonight, is, so imagine if it is as much as that, as if if they just find you through luck or your whatever, and that can change tomorrow. Like if Biden's in tomorrow, that can change, and then you're safe. The other thing they've got is there's like Mexican veterans who have like put their body, like they're Marines, and they got kicked out of the country. Like, it's fucking madness. So yeah. So like,
who knew Trump's a cunt?
He is a cunt. So we'll see. But I don't, in terms of a storyline, it's not over, is it? Do you know what I mean? You can say the stats are almost like not unimportant at this stage because we've seen it before, and we'll see it again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the current exit polls well, I haven't been exit polls because I haven't had them yet, but it said exit polls can be misleading, especially this year. It's like the record turnout. Nearly 100 million people have voted already. And like initially, that's like a good thing for Democrats and left-wing people that are left-wing. It's because it's ethnic minorities ethnic minorities and poor people typically don't vote as much as more affluent people, probably because they feel disenfranchised and think, if I vote, what difference is it going to make anyway? But something's happened this time where they've mobilized. They realize how fucking fucked up this country, this president is, and what a horrible man he is. But the thing is have Trump supporters also mobilized as a reaction to what they're seeing and thinking, we definitely need Trump in. Mate, I was driving through Trowbridge, right? Little sort of local to me, right? There was a Trump flag flown out the side of a house here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Trump. And my instant reaction to that was, I want to set fire to that house.
Yeah. What's a cock? Like, fuck's sake.
Politics, isn't it?
But I just what are you with Trump? When you're so fervent for Trump, what are you actually fighting for? Like that isn't
they're racist, mate.
But it doesn't revolve around hatred. Like, it's horrible.
Well, money as well. It's money. It's like anyone rich shouldn't forget like how horrible he is. If you're a middle class or a wealthy person, then you're going to be worse off under Biden than you would be under Trump. Biden's going to tax the rich 60% in some states. They're going to be up to 60%, and that's why you got people like what's his name, 50 Cent coming out and backing Trump, because he knows that 60% of his wealth is going to be gone like that under Biden. And I'm thinking, how can you do that?
So like selfish, isn't it?
Yeah, how can you do that? How can you this is where you come from. This is going to directly impact where you come from. And then I was thinking, I don't know who told me this or spoke to this, but it kind of really resonated with me. It's like, where they come from is they've been fighting each other. They've been shooting each other. He got shot 9 times by people that he had to escape from. He's made his millions, and now he wants to support them. Why would he want to support them? So I'm not kind of thinking like that. I think, I still wouldn't. I mean, he's still got more money than he can ever spend. So why not be a little bit?
But I don't think that's a very small percentage of literally a gang or specific people, because that's the life, isn't it? It's also the life that him and a lot of people that he cares about and likes will be living that life as well. So
he also
falls down
there's another point as well, Jim. Right, is that it's the government choosing how to spend his money, and he made the point of having many foundations with which he gives hundreds of millions of pounds. He has given hundreds of millions of pounds, where he decides where his money should go, rather than the tax man. It's just not the way the system works. Hospitals need to be paid for. Poor people need to be taken care of. Just pay the money. Shut up, man. Don't back Trump.
It's just a lack of understanding of gratitude, I think, a lot of the time in this stuff. Because of course, you're like, if you've got a pizza and you really like your pizza, and 4 people just turn up and that you don't know that they get a slice, you go, well, hang on, I like this pizza. Yeah. Well, maybe they need that slice. You know what I mean? Anyway,
can't do it. Invent my supervisor.
I've got to invent my supervisor. Indeed. We were talking about this before. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, I had an altercation with it doesn't matter that she's female, but she was female. What's a confectionery woman at Chelsea who had a panic when she gave me a water when I didn't ask for a water. I asked for a Coke. And I said, can I have my money back? And she said, she can't do it, I'm a supervisor. and I just said, I don't think I've said it out loud until it just, because I have that. I don't know if other people have that, but with my mates, we were so bad when it came to saying office quotes. It got to a point where someone would say an office quote in different words to the same beat, in reply to a question that had been asked in the same beat as an office quote. That's how mental it got with our lot.
That is confusing to someone who wasn't there.
Yeah, sure. So with things like this, like I think something happened there when we were talking before we started here, and it felt like the setup for when that happened, and therefore I felt compelled to go, I can't do it with my supervisor.
I can't do it with my supervisor.
So the question is, guys, as Jaffn patrons, are there scenarios?
What actually, Rob Turner said, did you take the water? Did you give in?
Yeah, I walked off in the end. It's just pointless.
I wouldn't have even asked. I'd have just taken the water and was like, I can't be asked again.
I didn't want the water, Flav.
I know you did. I know that. No, but she didn't have a supervisor. But the thing is, Jim, you didn't ask for it. Yeah. But the energy you have to give up just to make a different taste go into your mouth, it's just not worth it, is it? Just like, she's made a mistake. She's a cretin. Let's go. It's like when we go. Sometimes we take the kids to McDonald's for a treat, and hands down, there isn't a single time we've got absolutely everything we've asked for. Hands down. Yeah. There's always chips missing, a drink missing, ketchup we asked for, just not in the bag. But you got to remember, they're working for minimum wage for fucking McDonald's. They're not going to be their best self in that environment, serving cretins on a daily basis.
Yeah, no excuse for me. I mean, look, you're there, you're paid. It's pretty simple. It's a different colour. So, and I have the cake. If you're going to work the till, love, then you should have the capabilities to refund. Not having it.
No, I've worked on the tills. I'm not sure you've ever worked on the tills. You don't know what it's like. You become a robot.
I worked at tills. Reese at Riley's.
Reese and Riley. So you was doing a transaction every 30 minutes.
I had a really good supervisor as well. He was always by my side.
Was he?
Yeah. I just turned to him. I can do it because I've got my supervisor.
I used to sit there on the tills at Woolworths and just look like beep, 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 beep. 4 hours stints. You'd have a break, half hour, then back on it for 4 hours. You become a robot. In order to not go crazy, your mind wanders and you stop giving a shit about the person in front of you, because to you, they're just another arsehole who's trying to make your day worse.
Really?
What you need to do, Jim, is you need to put yourself in their position.
Yeah. No, it is my fault.
It's are you going to make this person's day worse, Jim? That's the decision.
They've just made my day worse. I already felt sick in there.
What did you?
Fortunately, at the time, Ajax were pumping them, but then Chelsea came back, didn't they?
Oh yeah, of course. Once my friend Alex from Bristol, who's on the podcast, he was so fed up when Spurs were losing 4-0, I think, to Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup, that he went for a sit-down wee. There was one of the cubicles, the door had broken off. Someone had punched it or something, and the door had fallen off. And not only did he use the cubicle with no door, which is fine if you're going for a wee, he pulled his trousers down, sat down, and had a sit-down wee in front of everybody. He was so upset and so angry, he felt he had to do a sit-down wee.
Needed a minute.
Have you not heard of anything more weird than that? That's to me, every time he tells me, it freaks me out.
He's great, though. He's great, Weird Al. I like him.
Yeah.
You should call him Weird Al.
Weird Al. Well, not sure.
I was going to say, so because I just said that, are there moments, and this might be one for the main pod as well, but are there moments where you say stuff that is a Jaffn line? I think I'm getting told I'm lost a lot at the moment, and I'm also getting I think Rob just did it earlier. Where was it? Play. He said, "Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he'll joke." He was talking about Trump. Oh, he'll joke and he'll seem racist.
Yeah.
I think that's seeping in. It seems. Is there anything else as well? I have on my stream deck for when I'm streaming the 5-year plan. I have a sort of air horn that goes. So sometimes I hear that in my head when it's.
When you do something really high pitched. Discord cuts it out. Yeah, Discord cuts it out my end. And do you know what I think it is? Because Discord is ultimately for gamers, or it was. It's there was like a problem with people screaming down the mic at each other.
Yeah,
I think it has just like a decimal break.
I might have a Yeah, I've got.
That's better. Keep it because I don't really want to hear you screaming in my ear.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, it must get rid of it because I've got.
What about if I do it? Did you hear that?
No.
Did you hear that?
I heard the end of it. Yeah, interesting. That's a shame.
Yeah.
So what? People not hearing when I'm doing the Derby games thing?
Well, no, he comes on YouTube, just not on Discord.
Oh, okay. But I guess your high pitched stuff won't get through either.
The squeals, I don't do much high pitched stuff, but these kids, these weird little kids. What is it with kids playing games that turns them into arseholes?
Say that again.
What is it about kids? I don't know if you know about this. Like, there's the problem with kids playing games like Call of Duty or Fortnite, where they turn into complete arseholes. They're just screaming at each other, horrible to each other. Yeah. No, even Will does it. We had to have a word with him the other day. It's like, Will, if you keep talking like that, I'm going to take the PlayStation off you.
Really? Like, what was he saying?
It just sounded like a YouTuber, and then going, "Oh, you're so bad at this game. You're so bad. You're a noob. You're a noob. Like this, and like, well, you got to just be quiet. Firstly, it's annoying. Secondly, you don't know what day these people are having. They might be having a bad day, and they want to play Fortnite, and you go about making their life a little bit worse. If you want someone to teach you about making their life a little bit worse, you speak to Big Jimmy Alcott. Yeah. He loves it.
Yeah. I guess as well, you're giving a platform for that kind of behaviour for a bit, and that could kind of, I guess, I don't know. With kids, it obviously all has an impact as it goes along, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you're allowing it. If you allow it,
sportsmanship.
I think it's not normal.
Yeah. What he should be saying is like little mind games, like you're lost or you're at your depth, things like
that. Yeah.
Get him on that. Will, sit down, son. I'm going to teach you a couple of phrases you can use in your card game. All these people moaning and so sad about Harry Kane because he keeps diving and getting penalty. Is this what's happening? I haven't seen was there a penalty? I haven't seen the clips from all that. From that game. Bale banging in the goals.
Mate, when the commentator, when it come across and he went, Bale! And then he had it in, right?
Yeah, bro. 3 times, man.
Do you know what people keep asking? They think I'm masturbating when we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, what are you doing though?
Just jigging my leg. I'm just jigging my legs.
Just jigging your leg, okay. Valentino says, less of that has become part of my vernacular. Good.
Nice. Good work, Valentino.
Should we get on to some questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I got told off last time because some of the questions weren't unlocked, so I think I've got them here. So, right. Okay, this is a good one. Chris Mickey. Prem Battle Royal Tag Team Death Match. 20 pairs.
Soko. Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Wait. 20 pairs of fighters, each team represented by the manager and captain, scattered across a Hunger Games style area. Who's the last pair standing? How does it play out? Long-term listener, first-time caller, love your work, chaps. Chris. Thank you, Chris.
God bless you, Chris.
So,
actually, I think he said hello. Chris, you in the chat? There was a Chris at the start.
Was there? Well, Chris, if you're here, this is great stuff. Great work. Now, I can share my screen with you. Bear with, caller. Because I've got the captains. I've got the captains of everyone.
It was Dean. Sorry.
Close. I've got. You can tell we're doing the bathroom, can't you? We've got Victoria Plumbing adverts everywhere. But yeah, I've got the captains of each team here, and obviously you pair up those with the managers. So just to run through the teams in this Battle Galactica that we're about to see, we've got.
What we should do, Jim? You do it as we go down. We go definitely not, maybe, definitely not, and get a list of maybes.
Okay, and maybe some sort of weaponage as well, because I guess they'll have their own little thing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's. I mean, I don't want. I know. With you being a Spurs fan, Arsenal get dug out a lot. Blah blah blah. But I don't feel like this is a strong pairing. I feel like Arteta, you've got an element of strategy there. But with Aubameyang, I just don't see them winning a one-on-one battle.
Bit of a fanny, isn't it?
I'm not sure what kind of other skill set I can see them having either.
He can run fast.
He can run away, yeah. I reckon, Arteta's general defence would be good, but he's not as, as he was.
I think Arteta could bore people to death so that they kill themselves.
Yeah. I mean, there'd be great leadership there from him, but not for long, I don't think. So yeah, I don't see them really making an impact in this competition personally. So I'm happy to move on. I think they're cold early doors. Everton, you got Seamus Coleman and Ancelotti. He's hurting it there, isn't he? For me,
I mean, he's got.
Seamus will be like, let's go, come on. He'll know stuff. He'll be able to fish, I presume. Things like that, and then Ancelotti will just be like, "We'll be like, come on, they're coming after us."
He'll sit on the beach and just send Seamus Coleman off to do errands.
You do, yeah, exactly. Coleman's doing all the work. He's getting fed up, and then actually, I think Coleman turns on Ancelotti in the end,
and eats him.
Actually, and cuts him up for his own survival because Coleman is great, but then Coleman will get done 2-on-1. Because Ancelotti just slowly drift away. And actually, he probably won't even kill him, but Ancelotti will be fine with it. Ancelotti will be absolutely fine with it. But Seamus will go, either you put some work in him, mate, or you need to leave. Or I'm going to eat you. Again, Ancelotti goes, just puffs out his chest, so his cheeks. So what happens is Seamus Coleman quickly builds a raft out of logs and vines from trees, and then Ancelotti again, so laissez-faire, he's okay with this. He shrugs his shoulders. Shaman puts him on the raft, and just sets him off to sail with a gentle push, and Ancelotti dies.
When does he eat him?
No, he doesn't get eaten. Seamus goes, Ancelotti, you're slowing me down here, son, and he sets him off. And Ancelotti goes, but then Coleman thinks he's better off, but gets done 2-on-1.
Gets done on a 2-to-1.
Gets done on 2-to-1, yeah.
And then gets eaten.
Yeah, so he's undone by Ancelotti there. I think he's a real crutch for him. We keep moving. Ooh, Jordan Henderson and Jurgen Klopp. I think they do all right.
Yeah, all right. They're a maybe.
Okay, Liverpool once again on top. He's got size. Liverpool, Jordan's got the stamina. You really want Milner in that. That's undefeatable if you got Milner in that. But
he's just unstoppable, wouldn't he be? He'd run through rocks.
Yeah.
He'd be like, Milner would be like, like most people when they run in water, they slow down. because force of the water just stops. It's impossible to run in water. Not for James Milner. He just runs and goes below the surface at the same speed.
Like one of those cars that can go into water. Like, it just changes its energy.
Exactly that.
Right, Liverpool are in that. They're in the hat. Fantastic. Spurs. You got Lloris and Mourinho.
No, I mean mastermind Mourinho, and Lloris.
Has he got the stamina? Has he got the stamina?
Drink driver, any drink driver as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll just spend his time trying to ferment berries to get alcohol out of them, and forget that he's in a war zone. Yeah,
and Mourinho he'll just be plotting. Really, just out there going.
I'm not sure if we ever talked about this on the main post, but Lloris was so fucked when he was. It's not funny actually when he was drink driving. He was sick in his footwell.
In his footwell.
Footwell of a car that he was driving in.
That's bad, isn't it? That is bad.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and due to that one incident, he's not going to win a Hunger Games. Man City, Pep and Fernandinho. Now, you've got the purity of Pep and you've got the cunning of Fernandinho here.
You need both.
And that could work.
I bet Pep is good at swimming.
Do you? You think?
He's like a dolphin. He's like a dolphin in the water.
Do you think really? But he doesn't. The thing with Pep is he doesn't use his arms. He doesn't use. He just goes in and goes because he's so fluid. He's so fluid.
This guy just goes streamlined. Just goes through the water like that.
Amazing. And Fernandinho's really good at hiding behind trees and then coming out and tripping people up and then killing them. So I think they're good. I think
Fernandinho stays in the bush, and from afar he just watches Pep Guardiola glide through the surf. And he's doing two things. He's admiring it, because why wouldn't you? And secondly, he's waiting for people to get entranced by Pep Guardiola's ability to swim with no arms, not using his arms, like a dolphin through the surf.
Yeah.
And when he does, he hits them over the. When they're transfixed by seeing what Pep Guardiola's about, he comes and smashes their head in with a rock.
Really good. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Ollie Sachs chipping in, thinks Liverpool fan. He thinks Klopp would let us down. I think. Interesting. Why?
I can't believe everything that's happened. Liverpool are just top of the league again.
Top of everything. So annoying. Sheffield United, Chris Wilder and Billy Sharp. Interesting.
But I couldn't. If you could put Billy Sharp in front of me, and I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't be able to pick him out of a lineup. Absolutely not. You said that to me. I don't know what he looks like. Is he big?
Do you want me to
Is he
click on
small? Billy Sharp looks, in my head, he's a big lumping centre back. Is he?
I mean, he kind of looks like one. Big chest. He's got a big chest, big arms.
Show me him.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. He's also not the first Billy Sharp, is he? There's been more than one Billy Sharps.
No, I think that's him. There's only one Billy Sharp.
Did he start
he's quite old. 34.
Did he start his career at Crewe?
Christ.
Let me just check.
Hang on, I'm on it. Sheffield United. No, Sheffield United. Oh, sorry, Leeds. Started off at Leeds. Leeds, he's such a Yorkshire boy. Leeds, Doncaster. Sheffield United, Doncaster. Sheffield United, Scunthorpe. Sheffield United.
I mean, fucking open your eyes a little bit. Travel around a bit.
Yeah, get out there, for God's sake. That said, I think he'd do all right. I think Wilder might slow him down. But Wilder's smart enough, and in a one-on-one battle, Billy Sharp would be strong. He's one of the hardest. He's one of the hardest in this list, I would say. So they've got a chance. Wilder's quite little, isn't he? He's quite spiky, but has he? Can he win fights? We can talk a good game, but can he win a fight? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't imagine Billy Sharp's swordsmanship would be up there.
No. Although I think he'd be good at jousting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically you've just got to hold a stick, haven't you, and charge. I think he's strong enough and brave enough to do that.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Carry on.
I'm going to put them in...
Only got another 15 to go.
Yeah, I'm going to... Let's call that. I'm going to say it's a no based on Chris Wilder, I think he lets it down. West Ham, David Moyes and Mark Noble. I think they get picked off mid-table quite quickly.
Well, David Moyes looks like he's about 6 months from death anyway.
Well,
I know he's just had COVID and that, but...
Yeah. And Mark Noble just won't be able to escape anyone because he's so slow. You've got to have a bit of pace. You've got to have a bit of pace.
Too loyal as well. He'd stay with David Moyes as he's dying.
He would, yeah. He'd die on sword, that's true. Leeds United, Liam Cooper is a centre-back. And Bielsa. Bielsa is absolutely useless in this for me.
But, he's a tactician, isn't he?
He is a tactician, but he's just sipping... He'll get caught sipping tea. On a toadstool.
He'd be on the bush, in the bush. And Cooper, he'll go, ignore Pep. That's a distraction tactic. Go and get Fernandinho. He's in the bush waiting to smash our heads in with a rock.
I don't think Liam Cooper's hard enough as well to go to he would actually scare some people off who would be starting to charge at him, and he bit like a bloke in a club. He'd just point them out as in like, I see you, you see me, and we're about to fight. If you want to fight, and they just quietly turn around and leave. I think Bielsa, if Bielsa's got to do any kind of combat, he's finished, surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll chuck him in there. Let us know in the chat if you can fight the corner of Leeds. Chelsea, Lamps and Cesar Azpilicueta. I think Lamps is. I was listening to a podcast and he was saying he's quite a reactive person. So, he's a bit younger. He's probably got the stamina.
Yeah. I don't think so. Get him out.
Yeah. He could speak in Latin and scare people, couldn't he? But we can say no to Dan. Wolves, Connor Cody and Espirito de Santo. Espirito de Santo looks a bit like a wizard.
He's also a bit weird, like a psycho, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're
not completely sure about him.
Psychos.
I quite like those two. I'm chucking them in. I think they could do bits. What else we got? Newcastle, Steve Bruce, Jamal Lascelles. In this weird world that we're creating here, Steve Bruce is this like ginormous, dopey giant with massive tree trunk legs, and because of that, he will get shot down.
He'll play.
And thus, he'll play, but he'll be slow. He'll fight. He'll get chopped down by someone else. Palace. Who's Palace manager?
Hodgson. No chance. He'll be dead before he gets it. They'll send him up there, and then he'll be dead the minute he gets there. He'll be like, it's too hot. Oh, heart attack.
Yeah, gone. Fulham. Scotty Parker and Tom Kearney. Bit wet that.
Pair of wusses.
Yeah, Scotty Parker's like, you think Scotty Parker's up for the battle, but he'll give his position away by moaning about what's wrong with the world. And Scott Kearney's just sorting his quiff out, not concentrating, hasn't got the focus. Where are we? West Brom, Jake Livermore and Slaven Bilic.
So Jake Livermore comes from the Livermore family, and the Livermore family are notorious.
Hard as nails.
Well, they're gangsters, proper gangsters.
Oh, nice. Okay. Slaven, I reckon, knows his way around a war zone.
Exactly. He grew up during a civil war. You've got to be your favourites, I reckon.
I'm thinking about clipping this up and putting this on YouTube. This is amazing. 20-man battle royale. Who wins? Go. Right. Slam Village, right, I think they got a real chance there. They're definitely a contender. Solskjaer and Harry Maguire.
Well, he's got the slabhead at the back, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like he's got him there. He will protect him. And I'd imagine him a bit more like Gollum, conniving, sly. And not because he shares any of those attributes, just looks a bit like Gollum, doesn't he?
This is so good. Yeah, I mean, that's it. He's got the look, Solskjaer, and he might have some sort of little gremlin powers, maybe, which might help.
Well, he carries a jungle-crafted shank wherever he goes.
Yeah, I can
imagine
it
from rock.
You know that music where it's like diddly diddly. There'll be someone like kind of get into a sort of an open path where there's leaves everywhere, and he'll come out and someone will go, who goes there? And they'll think it's they'll be worried that it's a manager, and then they'll go, and it'll be Ollie Solskjaer, it'll be Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer going, it's okay, it's just me. And they go, oh, I thought you were a Premier League manager. But what are you? And he goes, me? I'm just call me Ollie. Don't worry about me. Fiddly dee. And then whoever that other person will go, oh, thank God, I thought you were a Premier League manager because I'm actually doing this Hunger Games thing at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to kill you.
I didn't want to have to kill you, but you seem fine. And he was like, oh, I'll do you no harm, sir. I'll do you no harm. And then he'll kill him.
No, he doesn't kill him. He distracts him with all what you just did. And out of nowhere, Harry Maguire just comes in and nuts him.
Yeah, nuts him. Yeah,
nuts him. So just grabs him by the scruff of the neck, bosh, dead.
And I think that works for a period of time. I think they'll get to the latter stages.
Keep doing the same trick again. They keep doing the same trick.
People get wind of it. Social
in the
media,
same way, in the same way that Pep Guardiola, that trick of just, swimming through the ocean, like a dolphin as a distraction tactic. People get savvy to that. You can't keep doing that. You got to think of new stuff. And
and him surviving in this body of water, that can't go on forever. You can't win the whole Hunger Games doing that.
Well,
so
the other issue
that's where Guardiola struggles a little bit.
The other issues, as I think in the comments, it was Ollie Sack. He said Maguire's head's too big a target. You can't hide that head in the jungle.
Fair point.
It'll be like, are you hiding? Are you hiding, Harry? And Harry goes, yes, boss.
Yeah.
But
it's like that. It's like that, isn't it? It's like, I'm behind a tree. Yeah. You see?
And then it's like this, yeah. Or he's behind a bush, but at the top he's like 16 finger forehead just poking out the top. Harry. I'm Harry Maguire.
Okay. Who's next? Sorry about all the clicking, guys. Right. Oh, we got Leicester City. Interesting. I'm not going to go with Wes Morgan. I think he doesn't play anymore, let's be honest. He's 36 years old. Kasper Schmeichel.
You've got to go with Wes Morgan. You can't just change the rules just midway through it. He's the club captain.
All right, Wes Morgan and Brendan.
Oh God! So Brendan Rodgers would be just oiled up and naked all the time, and they'd try and catch him. He'd slip out like a fish. He'd like.
Well, yeah, tactical now. Very clever, innovative. He's innovative.
Yeah, and while they're struggling to get hold of Brendan Royal's oily little body, Wes Morgan just come in and attempt the smash. Similar sort of tactic with Ollie. But what Brendan Rodgers has done is combined Ollie's distraction tactic with Pep Guardiola's distraction tactic.
Right.
And become a oily landfish.
A land eel. Yeah.
A land eel. An oily eel. Writhing around on the land.
Yeah. Yeah. It's clear as day. It really is obvious, which gives him a real chance. I think we put them in the
grab
conversation.
him. You cannot pin him down.
Yeah.
The problem is tactic. While you can't pin him down with normal sort of, what do you call it, like with a tool or a bat or a knife, it just slips off his skin. But a gun, he's no good against a gun.
I think I feel like Wes. I reckon Wes has done sort of karate at some point in his life. I feel. And I think he's a real shining star in this competition, and I think they're contenders. I really do. Last few.
Whereas Wes Morgan carries Brendan Rodgers around in a backpack. You just see his oily little head poking out the back as he's being carried around like Hodor.
It's like one of those. It's a backpack that's like had you know when you go to Greg's you get a sausage roll and you get it in a bag, and it's got sort of oily at the bottom. That's what your backpack's like because Brendan's just been seeping through the bottom of it.
But what they do though, he's got like this sort of contraption that catches the oil before it hits the ground, right? That if they're running away from someone, he presses the button, the contraption just drops the oil so that whoever's running after him slips.
It really is one of the great football minds of our generation. So they're in there. Burnley FC. Watch out. Whoa. Here comes a favourite. You got Sean Dyche and Ben Mee. They look very, very strong at this stage. I've got to say.
proper English. I got to say, got to put him straight through.
Yeah.
Don't need too much elaboration.
No.
He's fine with eating insects.
That is exactly what I was thinking, mate. That's exactly what I was, because energy is going to be crucial in this. Of course it is. Energy is going to be absolutely huge. And so for Sean Dyche's ability to eat earthworms is going to really help him out down the road. And Ben Mee is such a committed soldier that Sean Dyche hasn't got it. And most people go, earthworms, I'm not eating. Sean, what are you doing? But Ben Mee just does whatever Sean Dyche says because he's given him. He would giving him the career he's got. And so when Sean Dyche goes, eat these, will you? Ben Mee goes, okay.
Yeah.
And they've got the energy.
And also, very simple name. If they're in the bush hiding, he goes, Ben. That's all he needs.
Yeah. The only problem he's got is when he exhales. It sounds like this. Sean, so they'll be sort of hiding in a bush, and Sean Dyche, when he exhales, it sounds like this. Which could hurt him. We all see.
But they're definitely they're definitely a contender.
They really are. Next up, last up, Lewis Dunk and Cooper. Good old Cooper.
Cooper? Who are you talking about, Cooper?
Potter.
Right.
Forgive me.
Graham Potter.
Again, he's got an Ollie vibe. But I don't think he's got the same acting chops as Ollie.
So who's just so I don't get it mixed up? Lewis Dunk is not the unit at the back, is he?
Yeah, he is a unit at the back. Yeah, but he's not.
They've got another one as well.
They had Duffy, but Duffy's gone to Celtic now.
They have another one.
They've got Webster as well.
He's like literally about 6'7".
6 foot. I think that's Dunk.
No, he played against Spurs at the weekend. Dunk was injured.
Ben White. Do you mean Ben White?
No, he was really good, by the way.
Bloody hell. There's Adam Webster and there's Lewis Dunk.
Maybe it's Adam Webster. Defenders.
Lewis Dunk is solid.
So Lewis Dunk is. Yeah, I've got him mixed up. Lewis Dunk, he's a big lad. He can smash your face in. He never punches. He just grabs you by the face and just crushes your skull in one hand.
Interesting. I think we put Brighton in the conversation. Okay. The Battle Royale patrons. Speak now. Who wins and why, please? And then we'll have a vote as well, Flav, and we will decide who would win a Hunger Games involving 20 pairs of Premier League managers and captains. Brighton, Burnley. So Brighton with Lewis Dunk and Potter. Burnley with Ben Mee and Sean Dyche. Leicester with the slippery Brendan Rodgers and Wes Morgan's karate work. Jurgen Klopp and Jordan Henderson. Could work a high press there, maybe. Man City, of course, have got Pep Guardiola, the Dolphin, and the cunning of Fernandinho. Marcelo Bielsa alongside Liam Cooper. Wolves have got Espirito de Santo and Connor Cody. Connor Cody keeps spirits up. I think so will Espirito de Santo, so they've got a chance. And, of course, Jake Livermore and Slaven Bilic. Who is everyone going for? And Flav, out of that list, who would you put forward as the victors? And
I would say I'm going for it. There'll be a couple of people that stick around. They're being around the sort of semi-final stage. I think you've got to say Pep Guardiola because he's in the water most of the time. It'd be tough to get, but they'll be around there. Also, Brendan Rodgers will also be around because he's just got unique abilities that the others don't have. But ultimately, it will come down to a big ding dong of Ben Mee and Sean Dyche against Slaven Bilic and Jake Livermore.
Completely agree.
Now, the difference between those, West Brom have got it for me because Slaven Bilic has that history of conflict. He's ready to go to war. He knows about that. He's seen terrible things happen before. And Sean Dyche has as well because he's from Burnley and, we know the god-awful things that happen there. But, but out of the two, Sean Bilic has got the experience.
Yeah.
And then you've got Jake Livermore, gangster number one, against Ben Mee. And for me, Ben Mee is the weak link here. So I would say winner of 2020 Premier League Hunger Games, for me, is West Brom's Slaven Bilic and Jake Livermore.
We go to the chat and it's very much the same. Oh, Southampton. Forgot about Southampton. Sorry. Southampton is...
Hasenhüttl.
Hasenhüttl, and who's their captain? Why wasn't that on the list? Hang on. Have I skipped that somehow?
Is it Ings, the captain?
That's disappointing. Transfer market, I've not put him in there. Poor. Unless I've missed it. Who's their captain? Is it Ward Prowse? Does anyone know?
They're not going to win, so don't put them in.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
They were they weren't counted. No point. Hasenhüttl is a big old lump, isn't he?
Southampton, Hasenhüttl and James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse gets destroyed.
He does. First dead.
Yeah. So
I think Hodgson, then Ward-Prowse.
In the chat, yeah, Valentino says West Brom. Sam Cornish, I'm going for West Brom. Catherine Heap, Wolves for me. Interesting. James Flav, community page, Burnley. It's got to be West Brom, says Valentino. Ward-Prowse would pick people off with a bow and arrow. He really would. He would have that kind of weaponry about him. There's sort of a not a campness, but some sort of quite a new romantic feel. I would imagine to his artistry with the bow and arrow. Anyway, I agree. I'll go for West Brom as well. I think Slaven Bilic has got the heart, he's got the fight, he's got the cunning. And Jake Livermore, he's perfect. He's perfect for him.
He's got the street sense.
Street nous. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
And they wouldn't have any weapons. They just do it all with their bare hands.
I'm gonna clip this up and put this out. This is so funny. So let us know who wins your Hunger Games and or why. Let's run through the last few questions from the patrons, mate. Because I knew that was going to take up a lot of time. Oliver Sack. Not to feed the narrative that you're both game for a bumming, but what were your genuine first impressions when you laid eyes on each other for the first time?
When the first time I met you, it was in the downstairs studio at Ball Street, which was exactly the same the first day we went in there to the day we left, 3 years later or 4 years later. My first impressions were I liked you immediately, and I thought you look quite young, but you speak with authority. So I was thinking, who the fuck does he think he is?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't really. No, I was conscious of you being conscious of it because you mentioned a couple of things. Like it's almost like you said that. You said a couple of things within an hour. Which really? I was sort of,
self-deprecating.
It was like something you was conscious of. So that's fine. And do you know what? While you should never do that because just believe in yourself. It doesn't matter whether you look young or not. It did for me. It made me warm to you because it was clear that you was being quite open, whether you knew it or not, about an insecurity that you had, and therefore made me like you.
Oh, that's nice. I remember it and thinking, oh, he's funny. I'm looking forward. I'm excited to work. I was excited to work with you because I remember thinking, we got on really quickly, straight away.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a relief. And I was just excited actually because I was like, I was excited. Chatting, it was funny.
I was also like, I'm fucking have no idea what I'm going to do. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah.
I guess I'm a bit, what's the word? I don't know if gullible's the word, but I presume that the people involved knew what was going on because they spoke a good game.
I mean, yeah. They made the wrong decision because they brought me in a role that I had no experience in at all. But I learned a lot. And if I hadn't gone to bullshit, I wouldn't be able to run my own business now.
That's true. James and Flav, Louis from the James and Flav fan page.
Right, Louis.
Do either of you have any tips on how to get more Twitter followers? I do. What you do is follow loads of people, and then when they follow you back, unfollow them. You look great. No, that's a bad way that I did.
That's genuinely something you did at the beginning.
Yeah, because people were saying to me, your podcast, like, no one cares because you haven't got any followers, and this is how you get followers. And it's a completely dishonest way of doing it. And I apologise for that. I honestly love your Twitter page. And that and the Out of Context one are both absolutely hilarious. So just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Not just us, like I enjoy it. It makes me laugh, but my mates love it.
Do they?
They're like, yeah, because it's like for me, like for them, it's odd because they're my mates, and right, and they think it's like they can't believe that someone's making videos and gifs of me. They're like, you're just fucking that. You're a dickhead. Why is someone doing this? And they love it. They really buzz off it. So people that you're making in a small way. You're giving people distraction from just in a moment. So yeah, it's fantastic. I don't know, mate. It's what you produce. It's not what you tweet, in my opinion. Unless you're really, really good. Like there's a guy called Billy T. Some of you might know, and his Twitter feed is genius. He's a Spurs fan, but he's so funny and he's just so quick with everything. He's the first tweet out there. His tweets get ripped all the time, and he's just funny. But if I knew how to build a Twitter audience just like that, then I'd be doing it and selling the pages.
Yeah,
the handles. It's hard. Don't know how. That's actually a business, for people build up accounts, Twitter accounts, and they sell them for a lot of money. I know we know someone, don't we? Nick Phillips.
We do. Yeah.
He's a very wealthy man, and that's what he does.
Yeah, he is very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. Very odd as well.
Also, do you think of odd? I found him hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, he is hilarious. He's got a massive head.
His head's huge. It's massive.
Right, let's run through these pretty sharpish. I might have to leave one or two, guys, because we want to do them properly. I'll just do any ones that we can answer quickly. Sam Connery, if you had the ability to fast forward your life to the end of this coronavirus madness, would you? Quick answer.
No chance.
No, you should have gratitude for every day.
And these are times that you will probably never live again. You should take note of this because people will be talking about this for decades.
That's true. Yeah, our kids will ask us about this.
Yes, they will.
They'll ask. Right, last one. Sunny, and sorry everyone if we've not answered your questions. We'll do it next time. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere, are we? So you just put the same question in next week because there's a few good ones here.
I thought Rob his story. Why haven't we had this story yet?
Oh yeah, should we just finish on that? Rob, get yourself in the chat.
Ask the question while he comes in.
Okay, is he there? He's not chatted for a little bit. We might have to be working.
Sam says, "Bin my." Oh, is he working?
No,
Sam says, "Bin mine off."
If you can get in, we'll answer this question.
Yeah.
If you can get in the old studio, then good. If not, the suspense continues for another week.
Building it up now as well. It's better be good.
Yeah, better be good. He's at
right,
work.
go on then.
He's at work. Sonny, one of my favourite bits you ever did was Birds and That. So I'm trying to rekindle the Birds and That flame. Oh, shit. We'll do this on the proper pod. At uni, firmly stuck in the friend zone with this bird way out of my league. She says to other people how much she loves me and how funny I am, which makes me think there's a chance. I live in uni hall, so lockdown 2. I've got all the time in the world to graft. And if there was ever a chance now, it's the time to strike in a non-creepy way. How do I climb out that dark pit that is the friend zone, boys? Can we have this on the main pod?
I need to think about my answer, but sometimes... Oh, go on then, give them one more then.
Okay.
Put that on the main pod. I also think when we came up with the word birds and that was before the Me Too movement. So I wonder how misogynistic that is. Not that we shouldn't answer that question, just whether or not we should change the name.
I do like birds and that. I don't think it's too much of a problem. I don't think you're having a...
Ask Catherine. She will know better than us.
Catherine, is birds and that okay?
Is it misogynistic in any way? Could we get away with it?
As Catherine's asking that question, we'll answer Catherine's questions. When is it too early for Christmas? I'm tempted to put my tree up soon. If I'm going to be stuck inside my flat for a month, I might as well look nice in here. I'll go for it, Catherine. I think this is the year. If anything that's going to bring you joy, don't worry about it. And it's not hurting anyone. Crack on. I'm really excited about that. For the first time, we're gonna buy a proper tree. Me and Fam got this nice tradition where our aim is to buy the weirdest baubles and Christmas decorations as possible, so that in about 10 years we're gonna have the most bizarre tree possible.
Like
it's so good. We've got
what
have we got? We've got I think we've got Santa on a sushi roll. We've got a giraffe doing something.
Nice.
We've got some really weird shit. Really weird shit.
Do you accept donations? Or
Do
is
I-
it just about ones you buy?
Oh no, yeah. As long as it's ideally it's weird. That's the only thing we.
Yeah, it's got to be weird. Yeah. I love Christmas. I absolutely love it. And you want to put, I'll take it. If you want to put your tree up, you fucking put it up. Don't listen to anyone. There's nothing worse than people moaning about, oh God, did you hear that Mariah Carey song? Like, don't spread your shit around. If you don't want it to be Christmas, you don't want to look forward to Christmas, don't look forward to it. Don't try and spew your negativity onto me. I can't wait for it to come. One thing I'm really gutted at, there's this place called Whitehall. And like out in the sticks, garden centres go for it in a big way. Not like most garden centres do, but this place, they turn it into like a winter wonderland with ice skating and Father Christmas. And the decoration hall is just ram-packed through these little alleyways. You walk through these tunnels, lights everywhere. I love it. It really makes me feel Christmassy. And obviously, because of this COVID, we can't go this year. But we often buy a piece of decoration every year and put it up. But this year we won't be able to. We might have to order it online or something. Right, what are you going to do? It's going to be a bit of a shame, though, isn't it? Because obviously, if this lockdown doesn't work...
Yeah, the police are ready, aren't they? The police are ready to sort of knock down doors.
I think if you get tested, which is really easy now, just get tested. Your parents get tested. You don't want to give it to your parents. I know it's not about... I can't go and see my dad, right? Because he's just at his hip hop. There's no chance I can go and see him. And I wouldn't...
Not the genre, that's not the genre of music, is it? It's not hip hop. He's not starting a new career. He's had a hip operation. Yeah.
Yes, he has indeed. He sent me a picture of it the other day. The wound is fucking rank. No, it's been years since I saw the slug. Slug is like back in the day when he'd be in the bath. Go, come here, go have a word with you. All right, come in there, and he's just sitting there because it's like after bubbles have all gone down.
Right, it's just stuck to the side of the wall. Like a slug.
It's small. It's not big. It's stuck to the side of his leg, maybe. Not the. Anyway, I wouldn't go to see him, mate, because I know that there's a risk, even if I feel fine, that I could pass it on to him and it could really fuck him up because he's like 69 now. So, but if I have my test and it comes back negative, and Ollie does as well, I would feel comfortable going to see him at Christmas time if we get tested. So that's what I would say. No one's going to come around your house and kick you out. Like it's just a message to get people to behave.
Yeah,
which they need to. But just get tested. It literally takes 5. Have you done a test yet?
No,
it takes moments, and then within 24 hours and then you've got no issue. The worst thing, imagine the worst thing is giving it to your dad and it kills him or puts him on a ventilator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
horrible.
All right. What ways when?
Yeah, lovely. Right, guys, that was good fun. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, make sure we answer all the ones we didn't answer in the next week, even if we rattle through them quite quickly because they are paying and it's important.
No, I agree. Right, guys. Have a great couple of days. We'll see you on Thursday. As per.
Love you all.
Love you all. Thanks for the support. Thanks to all the new patrons that have come in over the last week.
We've got new patrons.
Oh yes.
Oh, shit.
I want to see where are they? I saw them. I was looking at them the other day. I think we said. There you go. Chris, Zane, Sam, Andreas, Valentino, Billy Simpson, Robert Summers. Thank you very much, and all of you dudes as well. Obviously that have been committed for a long time.
Ollie Sack said, "Little slugs roll out." Little slugs roll out. Right. See you, boys. All right, take care.
Cheers.